Hey, this is Tim at Pro Design. Today we're going to be talking about inline text styles in Framer. I came from Webflow, and in Webflow it was really easy. You just highlight some text, create a span, and go to town. In Framer, it just wasn't clear to me how to do the same thing that was easy to do in Webflow. So after reading docs, experimenting, I figured out the weaknesses and strengths of Framer's inline text styles. We're going to be doing this video in 3 different sections. Section 1 is going to be using a static font. Section 2 is going to be using a variable font. And then finally, we're going to be styling body copy with a custom font. And as a bonus, we're also going to style a link. All right, let's get started. Let's start with a static font. Go ahead and select your font. Depending on what kind of headline or paragraph you want to make it, make sure the accessibility tag is set right away. Go up here to styles, and we're going to do a new style. For this one, we're going to do an H1. Now what you need to do is click on edit, and wow, here we go. This is where all the inline text styles live. So you have bold, italic, and bold in italic. Something to keep in mind is that when working with static and variable fonts, you only have access to the styles within that font family. To me, that's a little bit of a weakness because I like having the flexibility to access any font, but as you'll see later in the video, we can overcome that with custom fonts. So how you set the styles is in 2 different steps. Step 1, we set them here. So bold, I'm going to set to bold. Italic, I'm going to set to italic. One thing to note, whatever you set your base style at, for example, this is regular weight for my H1. The italic, you only have access to that weight. Again, another little weakness to me, as you can tell here with bold and italic, you can access any of the weights. I think that should be the same for italic. After you set your styles, we're going to go ahead and exit that. And now all you need to do is highlight your text, and I'm going to do Command I. And here, I'm going to do Command B. And then here, I'm going to do Command B and Command I. And now you have your inline type style set for your static font. Okay, now let's work with a variable font. All the same principles apply. It's just you're now going to be working with a variable axis. So you have all of your type set the way that you'd like. And keep in mind, when you make a text style, you can change anything later. We're going to go ahead and make a type style. And again, don't forget you have your accessibility tag. And we're just going to name it whatever Framer names it just for this exercise. We're going to go ahead and access the styles. And now, the lower the number, the lighter the weight. The higher the number, the higher the weight. So for bold, I'm just going to make it nice and chunky. Here is another little bit of a weakness. Since Framer does not allow you to access any font outside of the family, if you do not have italic baked into your variable font, you don't have access to italics. So in that case, you can turn this weakness into a strength. You can kind of think of each of these as a slot. So the bold, I could make it light if I really wanted to. The italic, I could just slam it all the way up. And then the bold italic, I could do the same. And then for italic, let's go ahead and set it just a little bit. Okay, so now all you need to do is highlight. We're gonna make bouncing bold. We're gonna make a round italic. And then belt. We're gonna make it bold italic. Nice. All right, finally, let's work with some body copy. We're gonna use a custom font here. And so a lot of the weaknesses that Framer has with their inline text styles, they make up for it with the custom font. I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I'm going to go ahead and make this a paragraph. We're going to go ahead and access it. And I'm going to change it to a custom font. So I'm going to work with our text. Okay, so since this one is a static font, we can go ahead and access any different type of font that you have that's custom. So for example, You could upload 30 different custom fonts, and for any of these text styles, you can access them. So for bold, I'm going to be crazy and make this a sans serif bold. For italic, I'm going to do ROC light italic. And then for bold and italic, I'm going with that sans serif again and black italic. So now I'm going to go ahead and make this one italic, make ipsum bold, and Eismud laborum is going to be bold italic. Yeah, so you can really have a lot of fun with custom fonts. One weakness of custom fonts is that if you're using a variable, you are only able to access the variable font. If you use static fonts that are custom, you can access any static custom font. And finally, as the bonus, let's go ahead and create a link, and then we're going to style that. So I'm going to do coupe d'état, and I'm going to come up here to link to. And you could do a page or a URL. You could paste in a URL, but I'm just going to do a page. And as you can tell here, we have this little style link that's automatically created. So what we're going to do is just go here. I'm going to set this maybe to black. You can set the decoration to all kinds of really cool stuff. So like wavy. And you can make the thickness. Let's make it 1. And you can make the offset. We can make it like a 3. You can make a different color, so let's make it white. And the transition, so the transition is for like when you do hovers and stuff like that. So I'll just do ease in, ease out. For hover, I'll do color. And let's go ahead and sample this right here and make it like a dark green. We're gonna go ahead and check this out. There we go. And we didn't set a hover for this little wavy, so we could actually do that to make it a little bit more prevalent that this is a link. So I'm going to go ahead and go to link and add in a decoration. Let's go ahead and make it like 4 thickness, and we'll give it like a 6 offset, and we'll make it a black. Haha, it's goofy looking. But the point is that you have the power to go ahead and style this. So what do you think? Inline text styles in Framer's pretty cool. I mean, it's not as robust as Webflow, but as you can tell, there's a lot of really cool strengths in Framer. The other thing that I do really like is that once you set up your text style and then you set your 3 slots up, that's it, it's done. If you need to change something, since it's all global, you can go ahead and change it within the text style and it'll update all throughout your site. All right, hope this has been a helpful video for you. Go make the web beautiful. Bye.